I'm Robin, English teacher with Core Languages, and I'm back on campus of the beautiful College of Charleston. If you don't know the College of Charleston, you might have a few questions. For example, you might ask, what kind of college is the College of Charleston? And I could say, it is a municipal college. You might ask, what classes can I take at the College of Charleston? And I could say, you can take English or psychology classes. You might also ask, which classes are available in the fall? Notice how I used three different question words. I used which, what, and what kind of. And each of these questions was slightly different in meaning and purpose. In today's video, I'm going to give you an overview of how the question words what kind of, and which change the meaning of a question. So the next time you want to know what kind of, or which, you can formulate a perfect English sentence.
What, which, and what kind of. Question words are typically used at the start of a question or an indirect question, but we need to understand the purpose of each question word in order to choose correctly between them. Which is used to express choice or an alternative, or to inquire about a selection or a limited number of items. What is used for specific information about something, and what kind of is used to ask about a general description or about nouns in large quantity. Which and what, when occurring at the beginning of questions, can be followed by nouns, and often both are possible depending on the context and the purpose of the question. For example, which book is yours? This question inquires about a selection of books or a limited number of books. For example, which of the two? What kind of book are you reading? This question asks about a general description of the book. There are some instances where what and which can be used interchangeably, and some other instances where only one of them works. For example, what is your name? In this example, we inquire about an unlimited noun, name, and what is the correct question word to use. Which of your friends is the nicest? In this example, which is placed before the noun and its determiner, your friend, and we are inquiring about a selection or a limited number of friends. Which instructor is most helpful? In this example, we inquire about a specific selection of instructors, but we could also say what instructor is most helpful. What and which can be used for things or people. What movies have you seen recently? Here, too, I could say, what movies have you seen recently? Or which movies have you seen recently, depending on the exact purpose of my question. Which is your son? We use which for a person's identity. And what is your wife's job? We use what for a person's job or career. The question phrase, what kind of, is used to inquire about a general description of a genre, a type, or a noun or thing that belongs to a large quantity of things. For example, what kind of music do you like? Or, what kind of friends does she have? What kind of soup are they serving today? In the last example, what kind of soup are they serving today? We could also say, which soup are they serving today, if we are inquiring about a selection of two or more soups. what kind of soup are they serving today, is inquiring about a general description of the type of soup they are serving today. It is important to remember the word order in questions, as it can vary depending on the presence of question words. For example, which season is your favorite? This question begins with the question word, followed by a subject, a verb, and the predicate. What kind of person does that? In this example, what kind of represents the question word, followed by the subject, the verb, and the predicate. What are you doing? This question begins with the question word, but is followed by an auxiliary verb, in this case, to be, followed by the subject and the present participle. Another example would be, what have you done? In this example, have is the auxiliary verb and done is the past participle. Questions that begin with what, which, and what kind of can include nouns that are placed before the verb. For example, what time is it? This question begins with the question word and is followed by the noun that we are inquiring about, followed by the verb and the subject. What music do you like? This question also begins with the question word and it is followed by the noun that we are inquiring about, then the auxiliary verb to do, the subject, and verb. The same goes for sentences that include indirect questions. Do you know what kind of store this is? This question begins with the auxiliary verb, followed by the subject and the verb, and then the indirect question, which has a question word and the noun that we are inquiring about. Look at the following example questions and try to choose the correct one. What kind of color do you prefer, red or green? Or which color do you prefer, red or green? In this example, we are inquiring about a specific selection of colors, red or green. So the correct question is, which color do you prefer, red or green? And how about this example? What is her phone number? Or which is her phone number? In this example, we are inquiring about specific information. So the correct question is, what is her phone number? Look at this question and try to choose the correct question word. What kind of pet do you prefer, or what pet do you prefer? If we were asking about the general type or description of the pet, we would use what kind of pet do you prefer? And how about this example? What band headlined the concert, or which band headlined the concert? We are most likely inquiring about a specific selection of bands, so the correct question word would be, which band headlined the concert? And how about this example? What professor is he, or what kind of professor is he? In this example, we are most likely inquiring about a general topic or the general subject of teaching. So the correct question word would be, what kind of professor is he?
Thank you for watching. I hope you now have a better understanding of how to use the question words what kind of, and which. As always, if you have more questions, feel free to comment, or if you're interested in joining one of our courses with a live instructor, feel free to message us directly. I look forward to seeing you in our next class.